Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Ravens. So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Burrow will throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Dobbins.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
That catch good for only a couple.
At the 6-yard line.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense offense get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And again this time to the tailback. And they will take him down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
They'll roll him out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Harold Landry gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a really good shot for his efforts. But give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And 8 yards.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense? Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a gain of about 4 here moves us from the 6 up to the 10.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He may try and run for this. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Washington nothing.
Washington going to send out their punter. Back deep, Deontay Harris.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins.
And a short gain down to about the 33. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking middle, and that's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On second down, a run to Dobbins.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Harrison. No gain on the play. And it brings up third.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
The score, Ravens 10.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
And that is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold on.
Down in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
One more time with Dobbins.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. We call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You you'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And this one too low.
15, incomplete.
Washington on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. It is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down now, Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Burrow looking to pass. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there as the first half is winding down.
And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So we've reached, you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Washington.
The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. On the return, Deontay Harris. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 28.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 40.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The drive will start with an option going left. Brought down inside the 25. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. It took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
The carry for Baltimore.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got the 1st, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's David Arnett picking it up. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 38-yard line. So the ball moves from one 38 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 28.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. He was just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And the Ravens 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's taken in by Duvernay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
They'll run here with Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
The kick is good.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. They'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now look at this. Big game. It's picked up by the Ravens. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow.
From the left side here, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Now it's Burrow.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And Burrow going to throw again toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. And his kick is right through. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, it's Ross. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Dobbins running out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's going to have have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Ravens, they move back.